Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. There we go. Turning the music down. Tinkering with the new software last night. We've got some updates to the streaming software here. So we have some music as the intro. I'm going to bang that off and just say hello, everyone. Thank you very much for attending this. Genuinely appreciate it. This is the lunchtime one, the second one I've done in the last 24 hours. I was in this very studio last night late. So I don't know if there's a few people registered for both. So guys, well done. If this is your second time joining me, we'll be covering the majority of the same content as last night. But this is a new and improved one, guys, because I had a little practice regards the time and the slides and information, and I'm mixing this one up today. The only difference from last night, really, guys, is that I don't have my beautiful future wife here. She's out and about property managing today, so you only have me, unfortunately. But thank you very much for joining me, guys. I'm going to batter straight into this, and because it's lunchtime, we're booked in for an hour and a half here. I want to get this done within an hour for you guys. And we've got lots of different people joining us today. But I want to make sure you're in the right place before we start. Guys, please stay to the end if you can. We've got lots of cool stuff here for you. If you can't, please watch the replay because there's special things here that you're going to get if you stay to the end. So thank you very, very much. Right, who are we looking after today? Right, guys, this should be for people looking to set up a business, a property business, become an entrepreneur. Maybe you're already in property, you're looking to change your career, looking to start up your business. Maybe you've got your own property management company. Maybe you know of Pillow because, well, I'm not going to say competitor, guys, but someone else in the industry and looking to collaborate, maybe looking to scale, but you don't have the technology, the skills, the team, the marketing to scale. And you're maybe just looking to change career to spend more time with your family. Hey, that 90-minute commute into town and back every single day, just looking to build something, working from home. And a lot of our existing customers here, so our supporters, I like to call them ambassadors, and people that have stuck with us over the years. As we're going to explain, been doing this a long time, 20 years in business, 10 years for this brand, Pillow Partners. So hopefully some of our current customers here. So I'm delighted. Guys, as we go through, please put some stuff in the chat. It's much easier for me to interact, keep up the energy and be enthusiastic when I know people are there in the chat. I can bring the nice comments in onto screen. So our customers and friends, hopefully coming to see what the new thing we're launching is, but perhaps you're just exploring possibilities. Now, we've done events where we kept it to our list. There are people that we knew, existing customers. This one's opened up. So if you don't know who I am, my name's Scott from Pillow Partners, founder and CEO. Not going to talk about me in this. This really is all about you. Although it's a Pillow Partners launch of the new thing we are doing, this essentially is all about you guys. So if you don't know who I am, lots of other resources there. Please watch with interest. If you're just exploring possibilities, happen to stumble across one of the links I put out or been driven here by ads, hi, watch, learn, hopefully get a little bit of inspiration as well. So why are we doing this? 3 milestones. I said to somebody, it's my biggest, most important year of my entire life. 20 years in business. We're going to share what that first business was. It still exists. 10 years with this brand. We registered Pillow Partners. It's on Company's House, should you want to go and fact check me, the 24th of November. And that's not November yet, but just nearly there. 10 years ago. So I should be a billionaire. And the most important one here, guys, I am getting married. Now, last night I had the amazing Emma. Most of you know her. She's in the business, co-founder and one of the franchisees and property managers. So I'm getting married on the 8th of November. And it's things we wanted to change our lives with. Being in business for 20 years, we kind of started Pillow 10 years ago. This is the 3rd decade, so I want to change the way our business looks and open up the opportunity to more people, and I'll tell you my goals, and we'll share some of my life and what I'm trying to achieve. This isn't about me, it's just me using this as context, as a framework, because I want you guys to think the same as well. If you're part of Pillow, you're one of the family in one way, whether that's as a host and a customer, building your property portfolio, whether that's as a previous franchisee or a future business partner, then guys, you can build this. This framework that I'm creating is for you. So although I'm going to be using for 2 minutes showing you our dreams, where we're going on honeymoon, where we get married, how the business is evolving to support that, this is about you. We're going to evaluate your dream life, get you thinking about that, and then tell you some cool stuff. Right, let's get into it. This little slide here, new. The top layer there is the first business. That's called HomeSure. I think Elaine's registered for this, the manager of HomeSure. So hi, Elaine, if you're here. Very, very proud of my team on that top level. The brand has evolved on that time. Hopefully you can see it. There's the very first office in the top left-hand side, I think 2007. We worked from home, had a little desk in another office before that, and the brand has evolved. So lots of high street offices. And that one, guys, just think any high street letting agent. That's what that is. High street letting agent and estate agent, but with a much better team. And that little business on the top started 20 years ago, and that still runs, that department's there. So if Elaine is here, please say hi. If you need any residential lettings and estate agency done in the west coast of Scotland, that's what that business does. But most people nowadays know me for this bottom brand here, Pillow Partners. This branding up here, I'm super, super proud of. And that has evolved over the last 10 years. That's the evolution of the logo, but every time we've changed the branding to update it, because things need to be updated as things evolve, we've changed the proposition, we've improved the proposition. So the top one, the first 10 years. Second one, the last 10 years, and it leads me to think as I'm getting married, well, what does the future hold? How do we advance with the way the world's changing? Back when we started doing service accommodation management, there was no Airbnb. Now, lots of people in the industry, I'd say 90% of people, can't imagine a world without Airbnb. Booking.com didn't even let you put apartments on. It was all flats. We couldn't put cottages on. Now the world's changing. AI, automation, software, just changing demographics and client demand means we want to reinvigorate what we do for the next decade. So the next chapter for us, the top one there, decade number 1. Decade number 2, I'm going to share what we're doing for decade number 3. And again, that top business is still here, HomeSure Property Management. The bottom one, Pillow Partners, is still here. It's essentially parts of the business group. And we're adding another part to that to better service our partners. And I wish Emma was here, because this was essentially her child, powered by Pillow. She wants all of our partners to be superheroes. I always like to share this little thing here. If you've watched anything, if we imagine this is a map, then this is our business partners, previously franchisees, guys. We've totally transformed this, made it much, much better for you guys. Our team across the UK, we want one person everywhere that we can help. So what does Powered with Pillow do? Well, we've got a nice mission statement here. And guys, the mission statement, or the value proposition, should I say, there's my books and value proposition. For Pillow Partners, what we do as a management company is we help hosts maximize income, reduce stress, and free up time. And if you're a host, well, hopefully that's what we do for you. That's what we do for hosts. Now, our aim at Pillow Partners is to deliver the best short-term rental management in the UK. And it's always been my philosophy that to do that, we didn't use out of those call centres and VAs and central HQ people. We had property managers scattered across the UK. And these property managers here would be the experts who would have visited every property, totally different to the Sykes and cottages.com and the big tech company business models, where how let's just outsource it to Bulgaria or the Philippines or anywhere else. I want my property managers hopefully within 30 minutes, 45 maximum, of anywhere that they manage properties. They've been to the properties, and our property managers at Pillow get the property manager's mobile number and email address. and that's a direct link, a different business model to other companies. Now, there's lots of local companies that only do this, but I wanted to come together under the brand of Stronger Together. If we've got 50 of these amazing superstars, we all get better direct bookings, we all at the top of our game, and that's what I wanted to build with Pillow Partners. Now, to facilitate that, we're going to be changing what we do to Powered by Pillow, allowing some of these property managers to set their own businesses up. And the mission statement here, to empower, facilitate and support property managers to operate and build successful serviced accommodation businesses. Well, what does this mean in principle? Well, we're going to facilitate these property managers to manage host property, to deliver that best property management. Why? We're going to give them all the technology, all the training, all the skills, the support team. And we've done this for many years with the franchisee model. But what we're going to launch today is something super special, very, very exciting. We've done very well in the last 2 webinars. So I want to share what we're doing with Powered by Pillow. And again, that's a working model. We're just going to refine that little logo, but we are here to facilitate you guys, and we're going to show you the difference between that and what we did before. This is more about you and less about us. It's 3 times the income than the previous model, what we put out with the franchise model. You're going to get more freedom and control of your own business. It's just a greater opportunity for you. So why are we doing this? Well, I'm going to share what I'm going to be doing over the next year in the life that I'm wanting to build. But as the great Zig Ziglar said, you can have anything you want in life if you just help enough other people get what they want. And if you're running a business, a property management business, and looking after people's property, your value proposition is taking care of their property in exchange, a fair exchange of value for money. And if you can help enough hosts manage their property, maximize their income, and reduce their stress, well, you can get the life that you want. So that's what this is all about. It's a thing I've lived by. Zig Ziglar. If anybody knows Zig, put some comments in, because he passed away now. But you can get anything you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to show you. How do we do that? So we are going to be bringing the best superstars together. Maybe there's some on this call that allows them to build stronger, safer businesses for everyone. If anybody follows me on social media, you'll see I need to sprinkle some anti-state, anti-government stuff, because I genuinely think they're destroying the world on purpose. It's all planned. But we want to counteract that. We want to make businesses safer. We don't want you guys having high costs. Lots of businesses will be going out under. Many thousands, tens of thousands of employees will be made redundant in the next budget. It's absolutely going to destroy the economy, in my belief. But we're going to overcome this. I've planned ahead for all this, because we've made it a much leaner business model for you guys. You don't have many outgoings. You're not going to need staff. And an announcement by the government and a budget cannot ruin your business. So we're protecting you guys. And this is all about giving high levels of service to your hosts and guests, because we're going to give you all the best software and technology so that you don't need to scrimp and save and not being able to afford all the great stuff. And it's going to help you build your dream life. I'm not going to get too much into the business details side, because there's plenty of webinars for that. This is all about the launch of the new proposition for you, and a little bit about how that would fit in with your life. Right, so where there's money, where there's finances involved, I want you to go and spend the time and do your due diligence and research. We're going to do lots of different webinars. They're all out there. There's hours and hours of videos on Pillow as a business, how this is going to work, breaking down all the financials for you. This isn't necessarily a sales video for the Powered by Pillow. Please go and look at all that in your own time. I want to condense this and just share a little bit about the news and how it might interest you. Please stay to the end. Honestly, when you see what we've got coming, there's some super special stuff. Last night, a few people emailed me and said that I cannot believe this is happening. It's one of my dreams. So I'm sharing that, saving that to the end, guys. Lots of other webinars as well. So this isn't training on the business model. This isn't necessarily a sales video. It's information about the launch. And if you want to join us, you can email us over. I'm going to put a little banner in. At any point, if you email us interested at partners@pillowpartners.co.uk, I'll leave that up, because I've refined this from last night and I forgot to even mention that. So, discovery videos there's so many topics. I'm not going to read these out. I did last night, but guys, everything you need to know business model fully explained, how much money you can make, what we look for, your commitments, building it around family, lots of interviews with existing partners, your frequently asked questions, and how to move forward, loads of other stuff. So this is our new model here, guys. As I said, a business objective is to empower, facilitate, and support property managers to operate and build successful serviced accommodation businesses. We're here to facilitate your success. But what does this mean in comparison to what we've done before? Guys, if you are just swapping the slides so you can see me, if you're on a phone, then you'll not be able to read the information on that. So I'm going to read it out. So don't worry if you can't read it, if it's too small. If you're on a laptop, this will be fine. But I'm going to share what we did before, how we delivered high quality property management services and gave people an opportunity to start property management businesses. We're totally transforming this. Guys, the cost for this was £20,000 plus VAT to join us as a franchisee. So, and guys, I think there's one person watching that actually paid that. So there's all the franchisees that are away working, they're busy. I think there's one of them registered. So there will be people here that paid £20,000 for the business model you're about to get. And this one's better. Different. We shared the management fees because we wanted you guys not to have any fixed costs with the franchise, but we kept 65% of the money to service all the stuff that you needed, like technology, team support, etc. So we're upping that. You get a very exclusive territory. If you think of franchises with postcodes, guys, then you got a much smaller territory, and if it was out with your postcodes, that would go to another franchisee and you wouldn't be able to service that. Or if you did, another franchisee would buy the area and have that. Again, traditional franchise model, that's just the way it works. Postcodes, chimney pots, out of our support. We spoke about this last night, and when Emma joined us, she had to deal with all the calls, evenings and weekends, all the guests contacting you. We've totally changed that. One thing for us, we used to do with the franchise, it was all about pillow. If you joined us, you needed to keep your brand. And we probably lost about 20, 25 people in the last year alone that we could have brought into the network because they wanted to keep their brand. But we needed to, because it was a franchise. You couldn't buy a McDonald's franchise and call it Scott's Burgers. That was never allowed. So essentially, that's the way franchises work. We wanted to change that. So I always hated the term franchise. So I finally got something that articulates, encapsulates what we do. Because it was a franchise, guys, we were very controlling. The clients were ours. The management agreements for your hosts would be with ours. And you go and build a business like anything. If you disappeared, then all those clients stayed with Pillow. We've totally changed that. So yours, with franchises, there's rules, there's targets, there's minimum terms you need to hit. And that's some growth targets as well. Meaning, the last one there, you needed to really be in this. We changed the business model in the last 18 months. You needed really to be in this full time. So we couldn't do it part-time, couldn't do it around a job. And you had to be in this for 40 hours. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't work. So we've changed all that, guys. I'm absolutely delighted and proud to share this. I will put the screen up. The cost here used to be £20,000 plus VAT. It's now less than 5,000. So let's just round that up to 5,000. The share of the management commissions you get are no longer 35. It's 75. So more than double. We're giving you a lot more money for the same amount of work. And actually less work, because one of the things we're dealing with all your out of hours calls. So guys, if you are thinking of setting a management company up, or you're currently managing less than 25 properties and would like to join us, well, this makes this easy for you. You don't need out of hours staff. Our team will do it. So massive for people that already have small portfolios. Your territory, well, this is different. As we'd said, your exclusive postcode territories, well, we just want you to be within an hour's drive of the properties that you manage. So it's not exclusive anymore, meaning you get much, much more rain, more possibilities to go and make money, and a much, much larger area for you guys. Big thing here that we've changed is that the hosts are yours. The contracts will be between. Again, we're here to run your business. We're here to facilitate everything you need, like technology, training, team, etc., marketing. The clients are yours, meaning at any point in time, you could decide to leave Pillow, and everything that you have built is yours. Now, this is massive change from the franchise model, because essentially a franchisor, for any lettings, owns those clients. But for you guys moving forward with the new model partnership, it's your business. You contract with the clients. We help you run your business. We save you money. We run it better for you. So nice and simple. You own the clients. So this is massive, meaning that you don't need to stay with us. It's our job to show you that it's stronger and better with us. But guys, if you decided not to be with Pillow at any time, you can leave and all the clients are yours. That's a big, massive change for everybody. You can use your own brand as well. So if you happen to have a kind of established brand, guys, I mean, I would love you to use the Pillow brand. I would love you to because the Pillow brand's always going to be here for the management. It's got lots of brand awareness, lots of reviews. But if you happen to own like an estate agency, for example, maybe you're in deal sourcing and you want to use your own personal brand, well, you're going to be powered by Pillow, so you don't need to use our brand. And I wish Emma was here because she came up with the term powered by Pillow. So rather than being a Pillow Partners franchisee, essentially powered by Pillow, so you can have that in your corner of your literature just to make it easy, but you can have your own brand. So not only are you building your own business and keeping all those clients and can leave us at any time, you're also building your own brand as well. Now, if you want to use a Pillow brand and it's not important to you, we would love you to use the brand too. There's no growth targets because you're in here. You don't have an exclusive area. There's no pressure on you to grow at a certain rate. There's no pressure on you to hit any minimum targets like you would as a franchisee. What we couldn't do in the old model is if you got an exclusive area here and didn't develop it and didn't get a certain amount of properties on a month and didn't answer the phone and didn't do what you were meant to be doing, then that damaged our brand and prohibited that area as growing. So we had to put pressure on, and if you couldn't perform, we would need to take the franchise region back. With this one, guys, you go at your own pace. If you decide to take 3 months off, you decide to delay your start date, that's totally up to you. And the last thing here is the amount of time you need to dedicate to this. So we needed you to be full-time on this. It's opening a coffee shop, guys, previously. Well, you needed to open that coffee shop every single day, answer phone calls, do everything. With this, you can probably do it in an hour a week until you start managing properties, guys. So the pace of acceleration of learning and growth is up to you. And the more you put into it, the better it will be, obviously. But you can do this in 5 hours a week. Now, what do those 5 hours look like? Well, you're going to need to do some marketing here, guys. Going and seeing properties. You're going to need to contact hosts. You need to do lots of training to learn all the systems. Part of what we're doing with Pillow by Pillow is giving you the best industry training. When you see that later, guys, if you have any arguments that they could beat that in the UK, please let me know. Please fact check me on that. But what you're going to get is that training. We're going to take people that have no experience in Airbnb serviced accommodation and make them the top 1% in their area. So we're going to invest some time in learning and self-development. So full breakdown there. If you're on your phone, that's going to be hard to see. You'll get copies of this. You can pause this and watch this back. But the new model here, just multiples better for you guys. Now, I was talking to somebody about why do we do service accommodation? Why do we do service accommodation management, guys? For me, I've banked my last 20 years on this, and people say, well, is service accommodation still a thing? Is it still going to be going? I've reinvigorated this. As we'd said, we did the home share, we've did the Pillow for 10 years. Now is a chance. Now is a great time for me to move on to something else and do, I don't know, HMOs or commercial. I'm investing the next 20 years in this. I believe in it. And despite all the stuff that's happening and the barriers to entry, the tax, this is the best time to start this because it's harder than ever. Anybody could do this before, which means the market's saturated, oversupply of units, lots of things not performing. Now is the time when people start dropping out. Rates will go up, occupancy levels will go up. It's getting harder, meaning more people need management agents, and they could stick it on Airbnb and have relative success after lockdown. There's never really been a better time than now because it's harder, because people don't like hardness. They'll jump off and do something else. So I think there's no better time. And this is a great time. I've done 20 years in the industry. I'd love a change. I would not be dedicating the next iteration of my life, decade number 3 to this. Knowing what I know, I'm one of the largest companies in the UK at one point for service accommodation management. I wouldn't be banking my entire future in this, especially now that I'm getting married a week on Saturday. So 8 days, I would not be risking everything to keep this going. I would jump into another sector. Make sense? So I think this is an amazing property strategy. It's one of the most noble and ethical, guys. Why? Well, we get paid by results. Our hosts will pay us a share of between 10 and 20% of the revenue that we generate for them. We're here to maximize income, reduce their stress, and free up their time. That's your job as a property manager. It's a value proposition you have with Pillow by Pillow. You may have your own, but for us, we want to just create hands-off businesses for hosts, and we get paid by results. We're not salespeople trying to sell something and then disappearing when it doesn't work, like a car or something. This is commission-only sales. We're results-based, and if we don't get our landlords' properties filled, we don't make money. That's why I think property management, commission-only property management, is one of the most noble and ethical things out there. Why this business model, guys? Just in case you've happened along this and you're in the property industry, you've known me from other things, you've maybe seen me speaking, you've met us at events, you've met the team, or you're actually a host that would like to expand into property management. Well, we don't need to be doing any rent-to-rent commitments here, guys. So we can manage other people's properties. Take the value offering means that we offer property management services of a high quality, and we take a fair exchange of value, and that's money. So we don't need any high startup costs. We don't need rent-to-rent commitments. Rent-to-rent, guys. Yes, you can make money from rent-to-rent, and this isn't a negative thing about rent-to-rents, but let's look at the figures. An average rent-to-rent is going to cost you a good couple of grand in rent. Depends where it is. It could be cheaper, but you're going to have bills, you're going to have cleaning, you're going to have utilities, Wi-Fi. So if you're building up a business, that liability for rent-to-rent is going to cost you £30,000 a month. Now, as a management company, and if you were a franchisee with Pillow, you would have nothing to pay. You can make just as much money with zero overheads. So that's why management is brilliant. Now, let's scale that up, because rent-to-rent, if you've got 10 units, rent-to-rent, you're on a long-term contract, you're giving guaranteed rent to an owner. If you've got 10 of those units, that's going to cost you 360 grand a year. If you've got a 3-year lease here, guys, if you've got 3 years or more, that liability that you're in for, you need to pay every month, could be £1 million for 10 rent-to-rent units. That makes sense? We're scaling up 10 units, 3 grand a month, that's 30 grand. That's 360 grand a year. That's on over £1 million of money you need to put in before you break even. Your break-even point for a portfolio of 10 rent-to-rent units over 3 years is £1 million. Your break-even point with the franchise model there and with us is kind of zero. So that makes sense. This is a great business model. It's inflation-proof. We never need to put our prices up, guys. When Rachel Reeve destroys the economy in a few weeks, we are commission-based, meaning we don't need to increase prices. Friends that lost their businesses in the last budget when they changed the national insurance. They needed to put their prices up and they couldn't. The market wouldn't support it. But friends that were buying glass or something, and it went up 25%, and it bankrupted a business of 8 years old, £10 million turnover business, because glass and raw materials went up. That doesn't happen to us. So it's inflation-proof. It's future-proof. You don't need materials, large offices. We don't need to be building warehouses. We don't need to be doing refurbs. We don't need big deposits. We don't need any of this. It's just amazing. Very scalable business model. You can tap new properties on. You can run this from anywhere in the world. We do need you to be local in your area, but essentially all you need is a laptop here, strong Wi-Fi connection, and a mobile. Absolutely beautiful. You can get this framework here today. You're going to get 90% less than what it would cost you to start up yourself. Being under the Pillow by Pillow banner, it's going to cost you 90% less if you to go and do this yourself. And by the way, guys, please take all this information I'm about to give you. It's enough for you to go and see what you need, and you can do that. We run 3-hour workshops to let you go and do it yourself. We share our exact 9-step framework. You can have every single little thing there. Just email me workshop. Change interested to workshop, I will give you the 3-hour thing where we go through this in detail. We share our whole business model for you, and I'm hoping when we show you this today, it's a no-brainer to join us and do it yourself. Right, so guys, I'm going to go on to the fun stuff. heavy business stuff out the way for a little bit. Building your dream life, right? I'm telling you this because I'm in the position now of 20 years. I've reevaluated what's important. I used to come into the office, drive into the office for 7 every day, work 12, 14 hours. I want to build something for the future that works with the way the world is evolving. There's more to life than going to an office and earning money. So I know with property management, doing it 20 years, guys, I don't know how many property managers have burnt out in that time, have said not liked it. If you are a property manager, you've dealt with it, there can be good and bad days. I want to build a business where it's all about your life. The business facilitates your ideal life. And I'm going to share my little example of how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be living what I'm telling you guys. So what does your perfect life look like? And again, we have booklets and webinars for this. We've got 3 hours training on building your perfect life. This is just an extract. I want you to start thinking, well, if I was changing what I'm doing, if I'm going to be under the Pillow banner or starting a service accommodation business or not going back to work after maternity leave and doing this, how would that life look? Because I don't want people to be part of this and start service accommodation companies if it isn't fitting in with a life. So what does your perfect life look like? Well, I'm going to share mine. I wish Emma was here for this because Cape Verde is where I proposed to Emma last Christmas Eve. And I've got a Cape Verde top on, which is why I've got this skanky old hoodie with the wrong branding on. This is a Cape Verde top, and it was a gift from one of my best friends in the world over there. So I'm going to keep this on because it's a football top. I don't follow football, but Cape Verde, series of islands off the coast of Africa, my favourite place in the whole world. And I want to spend some time there. I don't want to be stuck in the UK all the time. So this is Emma and I. This was us getting engaged in the top left. Some beautiful stuff. Doing some charity work as well, guys. So we've got links with 2 charities over there. We just love it. There's Emma doing a little webinar from the balcony. Rescue dogs, a big part of the life, party, fun, sunsets. So for us, guys, that's why we are changing the life. I'm going to show you guys that you can build the ideal life because that's what we are doing. Now, I'm always going to be a resident of the UK. I just don't want to be trapped here. I don't want to be in a position where something stupid happens with the government and life standards go down. So I want to be building a perfect life under these elements I'm about to share with you. Now, you might be stuck with schools and catchment areas and council tax and all these things. But if we're thinking of the perfect life, we want to be thinking bigger and we don't want to be restricted. So I'm going to share, that's the part of it, me out the way, guys. We're going to be spending a few months there. We're going over on honeymoon. We're going on a little tour of those islands. And that's why I'm doing this. That's why the incentives at the end, the bonuses are so good, because I want to take that time off. I want to tour those islands for those 5 weeks without needing to do any of this. So I'm going to get this wrapped up. It's going to be an offer so good, you're going to feel stupid saying no. If you know that quote, put in the chat who said that quote. An offer so good, you feel stupid saying no. So, Cape Verde is my thing. Might be absolutely horrific for you, but I want to share the elements that what we do at Pillow isn't just telling you about serviced accommodation and business. It's all of these things as well. So health and well-being, we've got mastermind groups. If you follow me on social media, I was at the gym this morning, 4 days a week. We'll go to the gym and then come into the office. Building a life where you're happy and physically healthy and mentally healthy. You need to build that. Round about family. I didn't have family years ago. Now I do. I'm a married man. I've got commitments now, and I've got 3 rescue dogs. I don't want to be going to an office and leaving the dogs in all the time. Family important to you. Not missing sports days, taking them to school and picking them up. A property management business like this allows you to work and be flexible whenever you want. Yes, you need to answer some bits and bobs and do stuff, but you control your calendar. And with now the improvement for Pillow by Pillow, where out of our customer experience team deal with all your guest stuff, you don't need to be on call all the time. We teach you how to do that and build that perfect life around family. And if you follow Danny, you'll see her as part of the next stage to move forward. She does this very well. Follow Danny on social media. Don't know if she's on, but I'll share that later. because there's interviews with her. She does this very well, to take the kids and go to IKEA and kitting properties out, doing an amazing job at property management while bringing up young children. Meaningful relationships, friends, whatever groups, some social activities you're in, guys, we want to work around that. Location and environment, well, we spoke about Cape Verde Islands there. Where would you like to holiday? Where would you like to go? Where would you like to spend time? Maybe you don't want to be in this area and you want to spend some time in the area where you manage properties because you've got a holiday home there. All of these things matter. Financial security was a big one. I don't need to go into that. Control and freedom. Do you want a boss dictating when you take time off? I'm getting married. I'm going on a honeymoon. I'm the boss. I just take that time off. If my team were getting married, they would need to ask, not me, but one of the team, they need to ask somebody else. Can I get my wedding day off, boss? I'm looking to get married. Is it okay if I go on a honeymoon? Because I've only got 5 days holiday left. But imagine asking somebody else if you can get married, if you can go on honeymoon. Can I get some time off to see my child perform at their first concert? That's no freedom, and that's somebody else controlling your life, and you can't let the government dictate. You're going to spend the next 40 years for a pension you're never going to get. So we're controlled massively in this country, and it's a big part of my life, making sure that I at least have that element of freedom. If I want to go to Cape Verde, we've got our visas, we've got citizenship somewhere else, we'll have all these things in place that mean I know that's there, and I have that freedom. I may not choose to exercise it. I'm going to be in the UK most of the year, but it warms my heart to know that there's other opportunities. I'm in control of my life. Career mastery, guys, part of the Ikigai process. I've got so many books on Ikigai. I'm not going to talk about it too much. The Japanese principle of finding your purpose in life, but doing an amazing job. Elaine messaged me last night to say she's just secured 17 new properties. I was delighted. Elaine must have been delighted because she's texted me at like 6:30, 7 at night. She managed to get 17 new properties as a branch manager. That's amazing. That's got to make you feel good. It made me feel good, and I congratulated her. And when the team do amazing things, I can see how happy they are when they deliver results for hosts. So that career mastery, just giving you that dopamine hit, that serotonin hit, that feel good. Going home knowing you've done a good job and you're advancing in your career. Self-development is the next one. Always moving forward. One of the core values of Pillow, Kaizen, continuous improvement. I'm always getting better, and that's what always learning at Pillow Partners. Giving back, I didn't mention too much about that. I'm not going to go into the charity side, but you did see M&I there taking charity suitcases for the dog charities, and we're going to be building shelters. We're going to be doing loads of cool stuff when we're away on honeymoon, but also taking suitcases of stuff for these kids that don't have anything, basics. So giving back to your community, increasing the economy, supporting your friends with businesses, helping people build other businesses. Many of the franchisees partners are now in, and they're doing maintenance and doing other things, so you can create other entrepreneurs and help other people. And that's a big part of what we do at Pillow. One of our core values is make lives better. Your support network, guys, hey, well, we're going to get that sorted for you because Jim Rohn says you've got the time you spend the most, the people you spend the most amount of time with, guys, is who you are. You're the average of the 5 people you hang about with. Who's the 5 people you hang about with? If you're hanging about with people at Pillow, it's like-minded entrepreneurs who are all, the best noble profession in the UK, remember, Commission on the Property Management. People are keen to move ahead, shape their lives, build their ideal lives, work around their family, build their businesses, and always learning, always positive. We don't let negative people. We definitely don't let mood hoovers into Pillow. So you're going to be spending time with quality people, as well as all my mentors. You're going to get access to my network and guest speakers every single month in 2026 and beyond. So we're going to share more about that. Here's another one. I put this in, physical safety, guys. Maybe you don't want to live in the town or city you live in and you want to get to somewhere a little bit safer, in the suburbs, whatever. Lots of people moving to places like Dubai. Well, I'm never going to move to Dubai. I can't say never, but there's 99.99% chance I wouldn't move to Dubai. But I would live in the desert in Cape Verde. I would live where the motto of that island is no stress. There's no any danger. Don't need to be worrying about going into London and getting stabbed. I'm generalising, but is physical safety important to you and your children, the area that you live or the country that you live? Tax planning. Again, I'm never going to jump to Dubai to save money for tax, but we do a lot of business planning with you guys, because as part of the serviced accommodation training, there's a business building mastermind group, and making sure that your money's protected, earning more money, but keeping more of that legally and ethically, of course. Hey, we only follow the same rules as those guys that set the rules. If you saw today Rachel Reeves is breaking the law, she won't be punished for it, guys. You think these MPs are paid tax? When they bring all these tax rises, steal your pensions, absolutely thieve your inheritance tax, take more money from your wages, do you honestly think the people that make the rules are bringing the rules in and then their income drops? Definitely not. So we follow the same rules as the people that set the rules. Looking good in status. Not something I'm interested in. I don't need to be in fancy places in Dubai or Lambos or fancy watches. Lead a very simple life. But if this is good for you in that type of lifestyle, going to these places and having parties and doing these things, even going on holidays with your family to fancy places and flying first class, then that is an additional element to this. Not one I'm going to cover. Right, Ikigai. Lots of books in this. Final point in this, and then we're moving into Powered by Pillow. But this is important, and I put in most presentations. Ikigai, finding your purpose in life. We've built this business and this opportunity around that. And the 4 elements there, guys. Doing something that you love, something that you're good at, what you can get paid for, and what the world needs. So, guys, this is simple for us. Fits in perfectly with Pillow Partners and property management. We want to find people that love doing this. Now, you're going to be good at it by the nature of the selection process. You won't be able to be part of the Pillow group if you're not going to be good at it. You don't have the right attitude. We'll discover before you join whether you're going to love it or not, because we do a lot of testing in that and questionnaires and application processes to see if this is right for you. The world definitely does need it. People need experts like you to manage their property. Otherwise, they could go bankrupt. They're not maximising their income. They're not spending time with their families. And they're stressed. They're making mistakes and maybe even causing catastrophic damage by breaking the law. We stop all this. The world needs what we do, guys, and you can get paid for it. And again, very ethically, because we get paid by results. So that little bit in the middle was Ikigai. And if the element here is, if you can love this and you're loving giving an amazing service to guests and hosts and building your business, and you're that way inclined, because not everybody is, guys, I'm going to be honest. The amount of people we don't let into Pillow over the years because they're just not right. Their attitude isn't, they're not going to be pleasant. Think of that unhelpful waitress, that receptionist that's just horrible, it treats people, been racist and sexist and swearing and been horrible and unhelpful. That type of thing doesn't work in hospitality. It doesn't work here. Cool. Right, lovely. Right, let's have a little look at this. We're going to cover some elements of this. This is the first 12-month training plan with us. It goes continuously, but there's 3 levels to this. I want to go into what Powered by Pillow is, guys. So thank you for sticking with us. I am going to get through this as fast as possible and open it up to Q&A. If you are here and you want to ask questions, please pop them in so that I don't miss them, and I'll bring them up onto the screen and I'll get them answered for you. For now, I'm going to rattle through this, guys. So 6 elements of Powered by Pillow. You will see the hexagon, the logos here of what we do. We have 6 core values, and we have 6 things that we can help you facilitate your success with. So number 1 is technology, guys. So big, massive thing. And there's 2 elements to this. Number 1 is we have the UK's best technology. For us, the world's best technology for running a short-term rental business. It took us many years to be able to afford it, guys, but we have selected, I believe, the world's best technology stack for what we do as property managers. Now, we need certain things at Pillow because we're a certain size. It can be argued about property management systems, but we've selected one that we think will be the best, and is the best in the world and has the most amount of investment to improve and move with the times. And there's others available. I'm not saying this is the best in the world, because I've got friends with property management systems, and if I had to start again, I'd use them. But these just for our business and for our size, and for us to empower you guys to give you the best software so that you can compete against other agents with rubbish software or cheap software, we need this. All the technology you need. So when you join us, you don't need to worry about anything. All you need is a laptop, a phone, and a good Wi-Fi connection, property management software, direct pricing software, guest verification, credit card, fraud verification. I'm not going to go into it all, a little screenshot of it here, but we give you absolutely everything, including email storage, calendar, booking appointments, absolutely communication stuff, absolutely everything you need. You need to plug in a laptop, a decent laptop, guys, that boots up fast, a decent phone, and a good Wi-Fi connection, and you are good to go. So all the software that you need to run your business is here. Second part to the software and the technology, guys, is the training. You can have the best stuff, because we had dynamic pricing software and we paid for the best, and we paid a lot of money. We pay lots of money for you guys to have this, for all the licenses. It's very expensive. But you need to use it right. We had this software, the dynamic pricing software, and it never covered what it cost, because we weren't using it right. And another nice thing, Airbnb come to our office periodically. So Angela, our account manager, comes to our office and teaches us how to use Airbnb. Imagine Airbnb coming to you to train you personally. Well, that's because we've got an account manager, because we're Pillow and we're a bigger size than individuals. So we don't phone up the helpline. We phone Angela. She's on maternity leave still, I believe. But we've got account managers with Airbnb, Booking.com and VRBO. They jump onto calls. Airbnb will come to our office here at HQ and meet myself and Emma and train the team. They'll pull up secret stuff behind the scenes at Airbnb, show us their behind the scenes dashboard and how we can improve properties. So guys, that level, you can't buy it unless you're a large company, but you get that. So number one is the technology. Number two is the training, guys. So I'm not going to get into training because I could list this all day, but I'm going to whiz through this. I believe it's the best service accommodation training in the UK. I'm not some guru that's just done 6 rent-to-rents and now doing a mentorship or a mastermind. I've been doing this 20 years. We've got a team across the UK with, I don't know how many units we've managed over the years. That were peak. We had 1,000 at one time. Guys, if I can build a business with 1,000 managed units, I can get you guys to 30. Nice and simple. So the training here, we're in it, we're loving it. You're going to get weekly calls, one-on-ones, group calls, training academy, master classes. Let me show you some of the stuff. Here's just some of the things. One of these, not occupancy overload, but I think it was listings liftoff, was 16 hours of training, and a workbook that you need to work through, and that workbook's going to take you 30 hours. That one training there's worth thousands of pounds to get properties on, and it's all in a training academy. Here's the next ones we're booking in to do. And this was by public vote with team: perfectionism, procrastination, paralysis, just moving forward, how to break free. So this is great if you're joining as new. So if you're joining us, this will be done don't know, November, because that pesky wedding's getting in the way. End of November, start of December. This full day training on that. Next one, lights, camera, action. Using video to build your business and your profile. Again, getting used to being comfortable in front of the camera. This is easy for me, but it wasn't many years ago. I could never have done this. It's just sheer practice and training, and we're going to deliver all that. So you can be comfortable in camera, in person, and just making sure that you can get nice, do stuff like this, do calls. Natural networking, we're going to go to physical networking and online. I'm going to teach you all the secrets of that, guys. I've been doing this for 20 years. I love networking. It's one of the things I'm very good at in person. I buzz off it, making connections, and I make sure I master that. We're going to teach you all of that. Not all of these are internal teams. Some people come in to teach these. Ikigai, this is all about building your perfect life, guys. Remember, we said that. How to build your perfect life. It isn't all about serviced accommodation. There's so much more. Facebook fundamentals, from feeds to leads. I've done the first module of that. I think I changed the name to from posts to hosts. So we've updated that to be even better. Facebook fundamentals. And I've changed that from posts to hosts. So the first module of that has been done, and we're looking at what's working now on Facebook to get those views. And doing this method went from 200 views up to 80,000 views a day. So that is a lot. So that level over a month of consistent action, I did it, I documented it, I've screenshotted it, I've shared the training videos so that you can get up the algorithms. And if you want to see how that works, go and see my Facebook page, Scott Weir Official. Scott Weir 1000 on Facebook. You probably know me. I post a lot about dogs, but there's certain things on there to boost this algorithm, and I post some stuff to get views. But generally, I just want to talk about dogs, charity, help other people's businesses, and promote my business or our business. But I need to put some controversial stuff on there, guys, to boost the algorithm so that more people see more stuff about pillow. That makes sense? You can go and check that out, but you will get trained on how to do that. And guys, this isn't all me. This is from my mentors and the people that I pay for training that make hundreds of thousands of pounds a month from monetization. That's not their main business, just from people looking at their posts. 50 million viewers a year on lots of their stuff, and they train me. So content creation catalyst, again, getting content out there, becoming that expert in your area, becoming the go-to person that people recognize and tag you in on Facebook. Guys, we live in a social media world. We're going to need to put ourselves out there. I'm not going to get too much of this training. I get excited. Presentation perfection. Dream life design. This is more about numbers. So again, guys, about your dream life. This is about how do we achieve that? What are the numbers behind it? And LinkedIn Launchpad. Again, I'm taking all the training courses, everything, we're distilling it to you. I spend a lot of money and have spent a lot of money on all of this training, guys. That gets delivered back to you. So training is number 2. Number 3 here is team. You don't need your own employees. You can build your business with our team. We want to plug your business in, build your business, scale your business, and you use our team. You don't need employees, you don't need pensions, you don't need industrial tribunals and HR companies. You don't need employment contracts. You can use our team. They're there to answer your phones, evenings and weekends, guys. They're there to do some marketing for you. That's the next segment. Our accounts team will collect all the money, all the client money from Airbnb, StripeBook.com. We'll pay your hosts on your behalf. Remember, it's Pillow by Pillow. They're your hosts, but we're the engine behind your business. And lots of other support staff there. You'll get to see them. You maybe know them already, but the team is there so that you don't need to get employees as you grow. The business is infinitely scalable for you, but you never need to get employees, and you never need that hassle, because that's my responsibility. That's our job. But that team are there. And you get to meet the team. They're part of a big team, part of a community. So you're not a solopreneur anymore. Number 4 is marketing, guys. So you may want to use your own brand, but there's lots of stuff here that we do to help you get hosts. The same way you're on this webinar. How did you get here? Well, you would have got onto the social media ads, mailing list, seen me at events. I've got your details somewhere and you've registered for this. It's the same for hosts, so that we can get in front of them and help them know about you. So let's have a little look at some of the marketing. I've plucked off some of the stuff. This is some of the stuff from this month, October. Beautiful content, I think. Yeah, the team do very well in this. This is done for you content, guys, as well, so you get this. You get the Canva template so that you can personalize this. If you want to change the logo to yours, probably wouldn't suggest it because it's in our brand colors. But all this is done for you. And the beautiful thing about this, guys, because the team are working on it today, the marketing team are here, we're going to give you a day-by-day content thing. So every single month, you're going to get exactly what to post, when to post, all these campaigns, and you're going to get them all every month. Every week, you're going to tell, here's what post to do, here's what time, if we can see. So I didn't put the half term, but there's a little it's a Halloween pumpkin. I don't see the C word for Christmas. So all of these campaigns that are seasonal, every single month, you'll get all the topics, all the things to do, so you don't need to worry about it. Here's some of the training. I say we do 3-hour workshops, all these things to get hosts to attend for free. Hopefully they see value in what we do, and then we can put those leads out to you guys as local property managers. Lots of different things like buy-to-let versus serviced accommodation, lead generation stuff, lots and lots of things every month, every week, every day. Guys, if you know Pillow, you've probably seen all these, especially if you follow me, I'll blast these. Next thing here, guys, is a mastermind group. I'm in 3 mastermind groups at the moment. It costs me a hell of a lot of money to be part of those. As you might imagine, high-level, multi-million-pound business CEO mastermind groups are not cheap to be in as operating at a higher level. And by the way, I say that, not in any big I am way, because I'm at the bottom. All these guys are above me. I don't want to be in a mastermind group where I'm not at the very bottom. because I need to be in a different mastermind group. So some high-level thinking there, guys, would distill all that down. You've seen it in the social media posts. I've gone to Birmingham, going over to Alicante, going to London all the time, but we are part of this. Guys, you get 3 masterminds. We've split them and done 3 different things here. You're in 3 different mastermind groups with 3 different focuses. I think the best in the UK. Serviced accommodation mastermind, guys, I can't see there being anything better on the market. If you were paying the money just for this, that's worth £5,000 a month to be in, 100%. The best property management training I think you're going to get next year. It just can't be beaten, I don't think, because we're there's a big network of people. The people in there are actively doing this. It's people that are your other business partners across the UK. It's our team, it's guest experts. So that's all about perfecting your trade, guys. The service accommodation property management one is all about making you that top 1%, being the best in your area. Guys, joining us late, I have my Cape Verde top on, just because we're talking about building perfect lives. And this is my Cape Verde football top that was a gift from a friend. So don't follow football or do anything in the UK about football, but I love this top because it reminds me of being in Cape Verde. I'm going back there for honeymoon touring around the islands. Cape Verde, I keep calling it Cape Verde, but the real name's Cape Verde. I digress. The next mastermind group we've got here, guys, is all about building businesses. So the first one was your craft, your trade. Remember, something that you're good at. We want to make you the best in your area. Nobody should be better than you in your area when you're part of Pillow. The next one is about being an entrepreneur, being a business person. Lots of people join us from being employees, and it's a whole new world. Tax, business structure, VAT returns, if you're going to be VAT registered. Who knows what's going to happen with the next budget. Did lots of training there, guys, around credit, your credit file, getting credit cards. So all of these things that you're going to do. This is about an entrepreneur and building your business skills and mindset. The first one here is all about service accommodation and property management, your trade. And this is you as a leader. This is you as a business owner building something for your family. Next one here, health, fitness, and well-being. Guys, we spoke about burnout. I want everybody to be fit and healthy, mentally resilient, bulletproof, and amazingly happy in Pillow. So this is going to be massive. We're going to get lots of guest speakers in here every single month, and I'm hoping to get somebody new and a really nice topic every week for you. So this mastermind group here is all about health and fitness, and you'll see what we all do. I share a little bit about that in my Facebook page, but you'll see some of the stuff. It's massively important. I was at the gym this morning. Not about the gym, it's not about that. So don't think, I'm going to get put through a fitness regime or be doing burpees, nothing like that. It's just about the mind as well, mindset. So they're the 3 mastermind groups. The next thing, guys, community. We're all a very close-knit community. We've got people up north. We've got Becky and Matt down in Plymouth, right down the south. We've got Lindsay in the coast at Brighton, people over in Kent, over in Newcastle. We've got people spread out all over in Blackpool, Morecambe Bay. All of these places we are a community. You're around like-minded people, bringing you up the sum total of 5 people. We are going to be around amazing people. So that's the 6 elements of Pillow. Right, guys, so that is the 6 different elements. This is how we're going to facilitate you, help you, and support you growing your business. So let's move on. Right, Wayne in Guernsey, yes, Guernsey, sorry. The Channel Islands. I was not expecting, because Guernsey, by the way, guys, one of our team here, if you're watching this, you cannot have the Channel Island area because that is gone, but we are looking for hosts in the Channel Islands. If you know any contacts in the Channel Islands, please reach out. Just email us. Put your email address in, Wayne, and then I'll put that on the screen. So please do that for the Channel Islands. I'm not going to mention tax this time. So pop your email address in there, Wayne, and I'll put that up on the screen. So we'll do a bit of networking on here as well. Moving forward, right, how can we work together? We would love to help you build and scale your business. We'd love for you to be part of the team. 2 seconds, I've just put Wayne. So there's Wayne H at pillowpartners.co.uk. If you know anybody in the Channel Islands, you're in the Channel Islands and you can't have the partnership because it's gone. Wayne has that. So guys, I want you to please think of anybody. And I'll tell you what, guys, there'll be an extra discount here if you can point me in the direction of any hosts that might need service accommodation management in the Channel Islands, I will give you something special above and beyond what we're going to do to help Wayne out. Stronger together is the tagline. If I take my Cape Verde top off, because I normally wear only branded pillars, stronger together. That's exactly what we do. The way we're going to help Wayne get a host, this is what Wayne will do for you. This is what we all do for each other. Let's crack on, guys, because it's lunchtime and I want you to get away. Right, this is us coming to the fun, interesting part. This is where I'm hoping to shock and awe you with coolness. We want to help you guys. If at any point, I've put that at the bottom because I've improved this from last night, just to make it sharper. Just email interested to partners@pillowpartners at any point during this if you need to jump off. You can have everything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. And I want to spend some time in the sun in Cape Verde and do these calls from over there. 2 months a year, that's all I ask. And I can help that by giving you an opportunity. It's why we've upped the fees. It's why I'm giving you guys 75% of the money from my business. I could have employees and keep 100% of that. And we have some areas where we have employees, guys, but I'm giving 75% of that money away because I want to have a nice, amazing business with amazing people. I don't want it to be about me anymore. It's me and Emma, but it's people that Wayne coming in and just they're the local property management. They're the experts. They're the passionate people. It's just the way I want to run the business. So, some things. This is an actual business. We're not just selling a framework here, guys. We're not just selling a group of PDFs or a training video. You will get a business. You guys are going to have what I have at Pillow Partners. You're going to have a full property management business launched, ready to go. We're working on this because there's a deadline and a thing we need to stop before I get married because I don't have time to do all these sales. And you'll be working on this over Christmas and New Year. And by January, you'll be ready to go. You will be operational in your area, ready to accept clients. It's not a course, although there's hundreds of hours of training, and you need to listen to more of me doing the training and the team as well. It isn't a course, guys. There's elements of training, but this is something we are here to work everyone every week. Not rent to rent. You don't need to own properties. I'm not selling you anything apart from this here, but we're not here to sign you up to those £1 million commitments, guys. It's not a no money down thing. You're going to need to do some work. Let me be clear, you're not just investing in this like the bullshit things you hear all the time. I'll help you become a millionaire, hands off, and get your Lambo and your Rolex. This isn't what this is, guys. And it's not just mentorship where you need to do all of the work. And I don't like saying this because I do mentorship for other companies. But booking in a call once a month, one call for half an hour, that's not what we're about. There's loads of mentorships, there's masterminds here, guys, but it's 100 times more than that, where you need to go and do all the work. If you need, you can be at property, you can phone or message the team. There's a support channel. You can phone and messages, you get that sorted. We're here to jump on calls and help you with hosts, do everything with you as well. And it's not a guru. A few years experience. I tried to fit in the slide or a couple of rent-to-rents here, guys. Lots of people, and it's no criticism to them, fair play, selling lots of these types of things when they've had a handful of units under their belt. They've done 4 successful rent-to-rents and now make multiples more doing rent-to-rents. The training and the mentorship is part of this partnership. It isn't what we do. We're not a training company. I never keep it all inside to our team. I don't want to train competitors up, but with the powered by Pillow model, we're not going to have competitors. We're all going to be working as one big network here, guys. One person in each area so that there's no conflict, but we're not here to sell you. I'm not a guru, but you have been doing this a long time. So I don't know. No, I met 2 other people who had done it for 22 years. I thought I was one of the longest, having started in 2002. I got my first rent-to-rents. I did my first service accommodation, my first corporate lets in 2002. And my first boss at that time from London just blew my mind. I had no idea this could be done, and neither did MD in the west of Scotland. So bringing concepts from all over the world, and my boss taught me this, and I developed it, run with my own business 4 years later. And here we are. So a long time. You're going to have an actual business. Right. Earning potential, guys. Right, so there is lots of webinars on this. There's lots of training. There's 8 different income streams here. I'm not going to go into them all. I'm going to condense this because this isn't about the business model. You probably know, Pillow, you've probably watched all this stuff. If you happened upon an ad and this is the first time you've heard about anything, please take the time to go. We'll get spreadsheets where you can fill out, do your own projections. But essentially, we want to get you to £3,000 a month as soon as possible. The framework there, assuming you put the time in, assuming you've got the right attitude and that your area works, everybody should be able to do that. And we're working with you until you do. What you earn is kind of dependent on you. I know what we do with the Powered by Pillow. It's up to you to go and run your business as you see fit. We'll give you all the software, all the training, absolutely everything. But what I can't do is guarantee that you're going to open your coffee shop. Remember, we use that analogy. If you've got a coffee shop next to a Costa and you open it for a few hours in an afternoon, 2 days a week, you're not going to be getting people drinking your coffee. So it depends on your enthusiasm and the time. But minimum £36,000 a year. Don't like talking about figures and making big claims. I want you to go and check all this for yourself and come up with your own figures that you think you're going to be able to achieve. Because if I put £100,000, that's 30 properties, guys. I could tell you that. I could go and do it. And by the way, I'm going to do it in Cape Verde. I'm going to go on honeymoon in Cape Verde, and I'm going to come back with more than 30 properties under my belt in a month. I'm not going to go over to Cape Verde and not build something amazing over there, because you can write off against tax and get a holiday home and an office, and it makes life complete. So I've got 1,000. I'm pretty sure we can get you to 30. Loads of webinars on this. You only need 10 properties, really decent, good properties to earn £3,000 a month. 10 properties, guys, that's all we're talking about to replace more than the average income. 30 properties a year to get into 6 figures. So I'm going to put something into context here. 30 properties a year. Do you think that's achievable? We're going to come back to that. But could you get 1 property on a month for a year to build that basic figure that I believe everybody can get? Do you think you could go and get that? Do you think you have the ability, with everything we've spoken about, to go get 1 property on a month? So now, guys, we're coming into figures. So this is the good part for me, because I'm going to tell you all the great stuff. This is a super, super exciting thing for me. I got very excited about it last night. I'm not going to talk too much about it. So, guys, we're not giving this away. There is a financial investment. We've spoken about your dream life, how to develop that, what might be important to you. One of the things we're going to do when you come in is develop that a little bit more. But what is that dream life work to you? To spend time with your kids, to spend time with your family, to develop your hobbies, your golf game, learn a martial art, to spend time in another country, to have a second holiday home, to move out of wherever you are and you feel dangerous. What is all that worth to you? To get that dream life, all I'm asking you to do is dedicate a little bit of time, starting at 5 hours a week, guys, and then I want to build your time investment in Powered by Pillow, or your business. It's not called Pillow anymore. It's what your business is called, Powered by Pillow. I want you to start at 5 hours, and then it's up to you. And then you can replace your income, go part-time, quit your job. That is all up to you. So 5 hours a week is all I'm asking you to invest. Some enthusiasm, guys. You're going to need to put some work in. I would love you to turn up to all the training, all the calls, be a team member, help the team. I would love you to do all of this, guys. And I know life gets in the way. We're talking about Wayne. Wayne turns up to everything. So an ambassador, turn up. He's already got this, guys. He has this. He was one of the experiments for this, for me to get it right. So he's helped shape this, and he's still on the calls to support us. So that's the people that we are looking for. And guys, that will get paid back in a small amount of money, 90% less than doing it yourself. What we're just about to go into now, if you're to say, well, that sounds great, Scott's building his ideal life. Guys, you can take everything I'm giving you here, you can go and set up yourself. You could join us and then go and set up yourself. There's webinars, workshops. There's a 3-hour workshop where we explain all of our business model in great detail. Over 3 hours, you get everything. You can take all that and set up yourself. It's my intention that spending some time together, spending the 3 hours in the workshop where we teach you absolutely everything, it's my intention that when you watch the next part, you'll say, wow, I want to I want to be part of Pillow. I want to be powered by Pillow. I could do it myself, but I would just love to be part of the team. And guys, let me just say, if after this you take all this and we don't do sales, we don't do sales calls, and we might get one email and you say it's not for me, I'm going to set up as a competitor. I will wish you all the best of luck. And by the way, if we don't have a property manager there, I will still pass you business. We'll still support you. But it's my vision that people would want to join us and be part of the team because it's better. So how much do you think it's going to cost to set a business like Pillow up, given all the stuff we've spoken about out of ours, the team, the mentorship, the software, the technology? How much do you think that would cost? Well, I can tell you what it used to cost up to this last 3 months, I think, before we trialed this. To be a franchisee of Pillow was £20,000 plus VAT. I don't know if there is a franchisee on. There might be an old one. I think one had registered for it. I think there was one last night as well. So the team that had paid this is already there. By the way, guys, if you want to pay £20,000 and be a franchisee, it's much better for me because I get to keep 65% of the money and get £20,000. The franchisee model is much, much better for me. So if you wanted to take that offer, then that's absolutely fine. I'd be delighted. But when you see the license model, it's just much better. So we've already shared the price. There's nothing hiding here. There's nothing out of the ordinary. There's no tactics here. We shared it in one of the very first slides. The old model was £20,000 plus VAT. This, and for sake, I'm just going to round up to £5,000. Guys, it's just a wee thing to tell you. Marketing, make it end with a 7, round it down. You can see it in shops all the time. And I've changed it from £5,000 to 4,997 like 7-8 times because that's not who we are. But I don't like round numbers. So again, I'm following the marketing tactics of making it end with a 7. So it's £5,000. Just that's the way it is. Guys, if you're to go and set this up and get the exact same as what you have with Pillow and what we're going to give you, you will be paying £20,000. So if you want to set up a property management company, you'd be welcome to go and do it yourself, but you're in for £20,000. You might as well pay £5,000. And you're not going to get the same stuff. You're not going to get anything else, any training. So you could, if you want to start a management company, you've got 2 options. You do it and spend £20,000. Hopefully, you'll see the value in paying us £5,000. When you're working in your business and I'm going to call it break-even point, your fixed costs, what it costs you to exist in the world. And I know because at our peak, when we managed 1,000 properties, our break-even point was £110,000 a month. It was super high because we had a lot of employees. Before I opened this up to you guys and gave 75% of my money away, we had lots of employees managing properties, and our break-even point was £110,000 a month, and that's for £1 million a year. So what's your break-even costs? Well, it's £500 plus VAT. 499 to be exact, 499. I'll need to change that to a 7, guys. I'm breaking my own rule, but let's round that up to 500 quid, and that scales with your business. You're going to be paying £3,000 a month if you're to go and set up a property management company when you start getting the same as we're going to give you. All the property management software is much more expensive when you buy it for smaller amounts of units. We've got scale, we've got deals with these people to get plugins for all the different properties, which is more expensive than the core property management software, the out of hours, the done for you marketing, the training, the mastermind, and you're going to be more than £3,000 a month to exist. If you've got 10 properties, I think I added it up, it's going to cost you £3,000 to get shitter stuff than what we're giving you. Make sense? So you're going to be paying £3,000 to exist yourself with no support. You might as well pay us £500 and get absolutely everything. Make sense? Hopefully. We spoke about the 6 core elements. Let's go through those because I think each of those 6 core elements are worth the £500, multiples. So let's have a little look at that. I want to go into the special offers for you guys because it's the exciting part. All the technology is cheaper than what you'd be paying yourself, guys. It's going to cost you a couple of grand for 10 properties to have the same tech stack as us. Why? You might as well pay £500 for everything rather than £2,000 just for that. If you've got employees, working times, even if you get cheap out of hours VAs and 24-hour coverage for your phone, it's going to cost you 800 quid a month. Plus, even with cheap Filipino VAs, sorry if you're a Filipino, I'm not saying you're cheap, I'm just saying it's a cost-effective measure. You might as well pay 500 quid for everything rather than just that. All the training out there, guys, I have some people on here paying for that training. I know because I teach for some of these companies as well, or I used to, but I'm doing the mastermind moving forward. You're going to be getting better training and 90% more support and help. You might as well pay 500 quid rather than 1,000 plus, and everything else. And all the marketing guys, we added it up, and you're going to be paying a company 750 quid to get the marketing and lead generation we're going to give you. You might as well pay 500 quid to get everything else rather than just that. In the masterminds, I don't need to go over that. Hundreds of thousands of pounds in masterminds over the recent years, and 20,000, 30,000 a year. Guys, if you're needing to pop off before the actual cool stuff, partners at Pillow Partners, email the word interested. Now I'm coming to the good stuff, guys. The next steps, I want you to speak to Danny, one of the existing franchisees. So I'm not giving the franchise model a hard time. I love it. It's much better for us, by the way, because we get 3 times as much money. You get less. There's a much better model for us, but it's not as good for you guys, which is why we're changing. Go and speak to Danny. An impartial view. She's neither going to say good nor bad. She'll tell you the exact way it is. She'll be jealous that you're going to be a licensed model and she's only at 35%. You're getting more. But there's other benefits to that as well for her. So go and speak to her. Then there's an application process, guys. We can't take everyone. Like I say, if I take the example of the Channel Islands, well, that's out. Glasgow's out. Some place in Lanarkshire's out. Not going to get into all the areas, but 50% of the UK is already gone. There's people from last night that want to join. So lots of different things. We need to make sure you're the right person, and I don't want any unhappy customers. In February, I want to be getting testimonials off of all you guys in the call. I want you to be ambassadors the way the team are. I want you to be a champion of us, and I want you to be happy with what we've done. So with this, we're going to really spend the time. It's not about sales. But if it was £20,000, that's a different matter, but it's £5,000. It's not life-changing money, guys. It's not enough for me to take somebody in that I don't think was right and would be unhappy. And then you can book a discovery call with me. And I'd said last night, come with £50,000 questions. Don't come with £5 questions. Get everything squared away so that when you're speaking with me, you get the maximum out of the call. Make sense? Right, lovely, right? The bonuses. I'm going to be finished in 90 minutes here, guys. I think everybody in the call stuck with me to the end. So thank you very much. Right, here's the cool stuff. We did this as a little trial with none of this that you're going to get. And for when we'll give you some of this, because I'm going to be loyal to the team that already have, so they can get most of this. But for you guys, nobody else got this. And we won't be doing this after our going honeymoon. Why? Because I'm going to go on honeymoon. The sales process will be working a dream. This is a launch event. You guys will be giving me testimonials, and you guys will be giving me referrals for other people just like you. So I don't need to be doing any special offers and costing myself money moving forward. Right, so that's the cool thing. 2 business retreats in Alicante, guys. So let me explain that. That slide's not as clear as I'd like it to be. Emma and I go on a business retreat twice a year with our mentor. I'm going to introduce you to one of my mentors. You're going to go on his business retreat alongside myself and Emma. That's a mindset retreat. And then Emma and I are going to be running something after it for 2 days for you guys. So I'd love you to come along. I'm going to introduce you to my mentor, someone that helps me with my mindset and business growth. You're going to love that. It's in Alicante or just south. So we're going to pay for you to attend that. And then we're going to be putting that into practice for Pillow after it. So here's the last ones, guys. I want you to go and have a little look at the social media to see what we're doing. There's a little bit of yoga as well. But we're there doing some business planning, guys. You're going to get to 2 of these. I want you to join me in 2026 for 2 4-day events. Now we'll pay for the events and the catering and bits and bobs. You need to get yourself there, guys, because I'm not going to be flying you all out first class, you and your family and your 10 kids. You need to make yourself your own way there. You can stay wherever you want, guys, but we're going to be paying for the event for you. And I want you to come to 2 in 2026. And if you can't make the dates, 2027 is a long way away, but we'll sort something out and balance that up. So I want you to join me, meet my mentor. He will introduce you to his network as well. It's just amazing. It takes it out with Pillow, and then we implement that for the next 2 days. Everybody that joins this off this call will get these, and that's limited to this. First 12, that's now 9, so I need to change that slide. The 9 people now for that left will get it without that. So the accountants assure me we've set up the new company. It's all good to go. And until we go VAT registered at the end of December or whenever that is, we can put these through as VAT. So we've got a little safety margin there, guys. So the first 9 people, or the remaining 9 people, should I say, can save £1,000 in VAT. So it's not £5,000 plus VAT, making it 6,000. It's 5,000. You're saving some money there. And we're going to give you 3-month license free over Christmas, New Year, and January to get you started. I want you to start earning money for this, so that you've got money coming in to pay your license fee, and you get 3 months free. By the way, guys, if you dilly-dally and you're pissing about and it's December or January by the time you take this, that doesn't extend for 3 months, so that needs to be done rapid. I'm not going to say, oh, well, I'm going to join in February after thinking about it for 6 months. Can I get 3 months free? No, that starts in November. The longer you take, the less you get. So that's all going to get cut off. Some full day coaching with Emma and I. You get to spend some time in person for us. That's down 3 as well. So that from last night, what's that, 6? That's bad. So that's 6 people that get to come and spend time with Emma. We'll work on your business, no group calls. We go somewhere special and we will work on your business or however you want it. If you're an existing serviced accommodation management company joining us, guys, that wants to build their business, you're maybe at 20, 30, 50 units already, and you're going to be pillar by pillar, we'll work on scaling your business up the way. If you're brand new to entrepreneurship, we can talk about that side of things. Now, if you're in the middle and you're just looking to get some inspiration and a business plan, we will work on that as well. So there's only 6 left because those numbers are going down. Top 10 books. If you follow me on social media, I try to do book reviews every single week, 2 a week, of different books that we love. So I want to give you the top 10, just things, physical things there to give you a nice pack. And this is a big one, guys. I'm not going to spend too much time. I think Wayne O'Terra spent 20 minutes on this last night. I want you to become a published author in March next year. So how are we going to do this? Here's the last book I printed. These are the final remaining copies. People keep asking to buy them. I know, because I'm not going to publish them because that's 12 years old. Stress-free letting for a 6-step guide to increasing profit, freeing up your time and reducing stress. You'll see 12 years ago how that developed into Pillow's values of maximize income, reduce stress and free up time. That was increasing profit, freeing up your time and reducing stress. Well, I articulated it better. Value proposition, maximize income, reduce stress, free up time. So this is the old book. We're going to be doing a brand new one. This one here, I've already written it. Stress-free service accommodation, tips for maximizing your income, reducing stress and freeing up time. So that there, look, become an author, Scott Weir. How does that apply to you guys? Well, what we're going to be doing is that book there. That framework is going to be opened up to you, and then that's going to be 8% of your book. 20% of your book is going to be specific to you. So it would be stress-free letting your area. If I take here, Glasgow edition, Wayne's is going to be, because he's part of this. He didn't get this as any bonuses, but he's going to get it now because we're opening this up and I want him to book. He's going to have a book, Stress-Free Serviced Accommodation, the Channel Islands, by Scott Weir and Wayne Harris. So how cool is that? If you could be an author. So we want you to use these guys. The reason I did this, why did I write a book 12 years ago? Wasn't to be cool or be an author, nothing to do with being an author. Somebody said, Scott, as an agent back in those days, you'd go out as an estate agent, a letting agent, you'd give a business card, but there'd always be 3 agents. You'd walk out the property, somebody else would be coming. You'd walk in, somebody else would come out. As you were walking out, another agent would walk in, you'd shake hands with all your competitors. But if you leave a book, somebody said to me 13 years ago, nobody bins a book. And a book will sit on a shelf. If I gave you guys that, you'd say, oh, it's a book. Might not need it. But you don't bin it. You give it away as a gift. It sits on your shelf, or you give it to a charity shop someday. That lasts forever if it's a decent book. So I want you guys not to be giving out business cards. I want you to wow, shock and awe people. I want you to give, every time you go to a property, a copy of your book. We're going to be publishing that, guys. I'm going to give you the framework. I think it's 20 sections. You fill in that information. We do all the work, all the costs, hours to get that book published and get it out there. You can have PDF copies. But you will be stress-free service accommodation, your area, by Scott Weir and you. How cool is that? I'm really delighted about that because we're going to get 20 books out in March, maybe more because I'm going to do the existing team. We're limiting the numbers of what we're doing here because I'm away on honeymoon. I'm not going to do any more sales after this. but we're going to have 20 published authors in the business. Probably 25 when we add in the new people, and Wayne Senior loves that. So I'm using you, Wayne, as an example. I hope you don't mind, but stress-free lettings, Channel Islands, and you guys will be authors. I think that's brilliant. And then we do book reviews, and then you can get your friends and family to do it on Amazon. It's just going to be amazing. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I'm not going to talk too much because I want to wrap up within the 90 minutes. So guys, let's talk about this and wrap it up because I want to get you moving on. What value are we getting from being in the call? I said, guys, at the start, please stay with me to the end. I think everybody on the call has done this. And let's have a look. The 2 times the 4-day business retreat in Alicante. Now, I've just put them at 1,500 quid. I want to be realistic. And again, another tactic, because we're pretty open and honest, we end things in a 7 psychologically is better. The bonus stack at the end, which is here, guys, showing everything on one slide. We do it individually, and then sales tactics, guys, we'll be honest. It's a process, but it's a process of explaining information. And here is the discount stack, the bonus stack. But I want you guys to fact check me on this and argue if you don't believe it. Do you think a 4-day business retreat in Alicante, 2 days with my mentor that mentors me for mindset, and then 2 days building your business, do you think people sell that for 1,500 quid? I think they do, because I've been in many. It costs me that a lot. You'll see me doing these things that cost more than 1,500 quid. So I think 4 days, 2 days mindset, 2 days on your business, a value to put on that is £1,500. I think that's reasonable. You can argue if you want. Juliet, hi Juliet. Whoop. Tell me what you're whooping about. Is it 4 days with me in Alicante, or is it the book, or is it 4 days of me going abroad and not being in the UK? Save the VAT. So that's, by the way, I'm putting exact numbers on this. I've rounded it up to £1,000, but that's the exact number 999 because it's 4,997. So we've been exact numbers. 3 months license fee is £1,800. So that's nice and simple. That's there. I've put £1,000 for a day with Emma and I. We do this. I don't do it often, but it's £1,000 plus VAT for a call. We do that, and it's normally like over 6 hours on the phone or Zoom, and that's £1,000 plus VAT. So don't do many of those because I don't like training my competitors up, but that is £1,000 to get M&I for that in person. That is worth £1,000. Juliet's 4 days in Alicante. Juliet's very health focused as well, an athlete, and gets the mindset side. We do lots of yoga as well. I say lots of yoga, an hour and a half the first 2 days. So if you're coming, Juliet, we need a fitness activity for the second 2 days because the yoga instructor is part of the same mastermind group. She won't be there for the next 2 days, so you're welcome to come and facilitate that. That'd be great. The top 10 books, that's between 8 quid and 15, 20 quid for the book. So 130, that's a reasonable number for 10 books, 13 quid a book. I think that's fine. And being a published author, I just put £3,000, guys. Hopefully you think that's reasonable. I don't think I'm bumming that up any. For you to be a published author where you only need to fill in blanks, 80% of the book's done, by the way. It's good quality content in the book. Stress-free service accommodation. You would buy that book on its own. I don't know how much we're going to be selling it for, but it's not about selling it. We're not making money with this book, guys. We're positioning ourselves as experts. Imagine going to your property and you're just dropping a book off. I've got a networking group and there's other people there and you've got a book. It's an amazing thing. So if we add up all of that, it's just less than 10 grand. I could have bumped it up a bit to make it 10 grand and make it look better psychologically, but I think that is an accurate representation of what we're given here as a bonus. Now, in the new year, I'm not going to be writing books for everybody. I can't have like 50, 60, 70 books out there that I've co-authored, and the time and investment and all that, and the money. I can't be spending 20, 30 grand on retreats for people. So we'll be cutting that off well before we go on honeymoon with a limited number of these guys. That is not sales tactics. That part is the truth. So that bonus is there. It's what you get if you join us. And just what money are we talking? And maybe you've joined us late. You're saving that money off this webinar. I think we've one more on this before I get married, because next Saturday I get married, and I won't be doing this anymore because I'm moving on to the next chapter of life. and should be taking some time off. But I'm not, because I'm going to Manchester to speak at the Scale Summit. If you guys are anybody going to Scale in Manchester, the biggest event in the UK for short-term rentals, I'm going to go on stage speaking. So I'll be promoting the book and stuff like that as well, guys. So if you're there, I'll get to see you there. Right. Also, I'm going to finish. What if you get your whole investment back? And this is something we're going to be working on. I don't want to be spending money to Facebook and Google next year. I've spent money to get some ads to here. It breaks my heart to give money to Mark Zuckerberg to waste. I gave the example last night. Mark Zuckerberg's got a multi-billion-pound yacht, but he's got support yachts, different other super yachts that only we could dream of. They're tiny compared to his big yacht, but they're billionaires' yachts. They just follow him about to support. All his staff live on it. So essentially, when I give it to Meta, a customer acquisition cost, it's getting your man boats. It's putting fuel in his helicopter. And I want to give it to you guys. So if you can join us, the number's normally 3 if you join us, but we'll do it for 2. If you can find 2 people to join us at Pillow Partners, we will give you your money back. By the way, guys, if you don't happen to have set up money of £5,000 and you can get 2 people to join us, let us know, get them in, and you can get that part for free. So you can get that in advance if you happen to know good people. Good people know good people. I said it last night. But when you're in, I want you to be an ambassador for Pillow. Once you're in and you've experienced it, you can give a genuine account, guys, of what you've experienced. You can go and hopefully let people know about it. I'll give you the customer acquisition cost more than I would be giving Google or Facebook. Makes sense? So to reiterate in the 1 minute I've got left, guys, purchase price, let's round that up to £5,000. That's a one-off to get the whole business, to get absolutely everything. Nothing else to pay to February the 15th because we're going to give you 3 months license free. There's only 2 reasons you don't think this will work for you. This is something really interesting that I discovered. Why would people not want to do this? Well, if they don't want to do serviced accommodation, that's fine. If this isn't the time for them, that's fine. But if this is something you're interested in, there's 2 reasons why you don't think what I've spoken about today would work for you. One of those reasons is that, hey, I don't think this business model would work. I don't think service accommodations industry, I don't think what he's saying is right. Well, I can reassure you of that one because we've done it. If I can build a property company to 1,000 properties, I can get you to 10 and make you 36 grand a year. That's 1%. That was then. It's much easier now moving forward with 20 years experience. The other reason is that you don't think you could achieve that. And I was reluctant to mention the £100,000 because I changed it. Always build a 6-figure business. But I started at the £3,000 a month, the 36,000, because that's something that people's brains can accept. I could do that. I could get 10 properties. That's why I put in 1 property a month. If I'm saying join us at Pillow and you'll have £100,000, if that's not where you are at the moment, or you've tried to build a property management business or stepped into entrepreneurship prior and it hasn't worked, you have these beliefs that you're not capable of that. And that's why I'm reluctant to talk about 6 figures, although there's people doing it. So that's why I say, could you get 1 property a month? Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Could I build a property management company of 10 properties if Scott got 1,000? If there's loads of other companies with hundreds in the UK, could I get 10? And I want you to think. So the 2 reasons are that the business model doesn't work, which it does. It's been proven it's working now. It'll be working for other people that take this opportunity and you'll see them in 6 months' time. The other thing is perhaps the way we believe, could we achieve this? And I have those beliefs in other areas as well, guys. It's not just that you have them and I don't, but the reason that you don't think you could achieve this. And we've got a framework, and I can't guarantee you will, but it's going to be pretty fucking impossible not to, with the help, support, accountability, and training. It's going to be you're going to need to try hard not to achieve this. You're going to need to not follow the systems. You're going to need to not come to the training. You're going to say, I'm not going to be inspired by all these people. I'm not going to follow what they're telling me. But life might get in the way. So the second reason there, if I don't think I get those results, forget the 100,000. That's why we go for the one that I think should be attainable, and we will work with you until you get it, and we won't give up. We'll do extra, do everything we can, whatever that takes to get you to those first 10 properties. So hopefully that makes sense. Those bonuses, Alicante, you get to do yoga, some business planning, the 3 months license fee. the one-on-one coaching, which is going to be worth £1,000 anyway, people are paying that. The top 10 books, which is a bit of fun, and that goes back to the content, guys. You can use these books. That's your first 10 bits of content in social media promoting yourself, and you're going to become a published author, which I think is the biggest one. Stress-free serviced accommodation, your area edition. Lovely. £10,000 worth of value for joining us. You get that there. Next steps, we'll fuzz through that. Questions, guys. That's me over the half an hour. I thought I rambled on last night. It's taken a little bit longer because we've had some audience participation. Thank you for that. So, guys, I'm happy to stay for questions, but I'm going to wrap up this kind of formal part of it. There's lots of people registered that couldn't make it because it's during the working day and conflicted, and they might watch this back. Guys, nice and simple. Just put interested to partners at pillowpartners.co.uk. Not tying you up to anything. You're not saying yes to anything. It's just saying interested. We're not going to follow up with sales. I don't even have anybody's number on here apart from the team that are helping. I don't ask for phone numbers. I'm not going to phone you up and do any sales. At this point, guys, this would be a yes or a no. It's just, we spoke up another book. Alex Hermosi's an offer too good. You'd feel stupid saying no. If this is the industry you want to be in service accommodation, and you want to do management, I think this is a tipping point. It's never been better. It's never going to get better than this. So just email me interested. It's not a commitment. We're not going to do sales follow-ups. You can speak to one of the team, two of the team, three of the team. You can submit the application form so that we can make sure we're a right fit for you and you're a right fit for us, and we can get started. And I'm getting married on the 8th, so please do it so I can get wrapped up. My last working day is going to be Thursday next week with the last webinar. I think it's a Q&A one I'm doing, something different. But that's the last I'm going to be working for a week because I'm going down south to speak at that event. So, guys, please email me over the word interested. It's not a commitment. Any questions you have, let me know. I'm going to jump off because we've spent an hour and a half with each other. I genuinely appreciate your time. Thank you, everyone. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.